All right, gents, don't fool yourself into thinking that you've got a whole lot of time to make this decision. Right now is the time that you got to figure out if you're going to be present in your kid's life or if you're going to stay stuck at the office. Really, that's what it comes down to. And honestly, you don't have a whole lot of time to figure this stuff out, man, because the days just evaporate into thin air. That's just what happens in life. And if you don't prioritize the time with the little ones, then all of a sudden, their second year turns into their third year, and all of a sudden they're 6 years old, and then they're 8 years old, and then they're 10 years old, and you realize, man, I've been working hard. It's a noble cause, right? We have nobility in our blood as dads. We want to do something great for our kids, but we're confused. We're led to believe that that thing is like working real hard so we can get more money, so we can give them better stuff. That's not what it is, guys. That's not what it is. Time with them, hanging out, that's what it is that they need, that they want, that they crave. Guess what? It's really important for them, but it's equally as important for you. Because guess what? When you get to retirement someday, if you follow the commonly held ideology and you just like move along with that way of thinking, then you're going to spend your whole life in an office or doing some other miscellaneous, unfulfilling thing. And you're going to get to the time where you say, yeah, I worked so hard for my family and I finally get to retire. And you're going to retire and you go, hey, come on, kids, let's go play at the park. And they're like, what are you talking about, Dad? And they're going to be off onto their own life. They're going to be 18, 20 years old, 25 years old, going to have their own family. They're going to have their own kids. They're going to have their own life to live. And they're not going to have time for you anymore. And guess what? You can't go back and live that third year over again with your kids. He's 3 years old right now. If I was stuck in an office all day, I wouldn't have the time to see him grow up, to instill values into his life, to love this little fella. Same with this girl right here, 6 years old. Guess what? If I hadn't made the call 8 years ago to do something different with my life, to extricate myself from the rat race, I would have lost countless hours, countless days with them. The same is true for you guys. And we often think that this is a really important thing for the kids. And that's why we need to do it. It's such a noble cause, right? To look out for the kids. And that's why we spend so many hours locked in, stuck in the rat race, doing our thing at the office, grinding it out. And guess what? They're sitting there, they're figuring out life without you. Without you. You don't want that to be your reality. I promise you, I guarantee it. Seriously. It's equally as important for your little heart. Because guess what? You're going to get to the time where you fulfilled all those obligations. You made it to retirement. And then guess what? They're gone. They're gone. They weren't waiting around for you. They didn't just stay stuck at 3 years old the whole time while you've been out there grinding it away. No. We think that if that's a sacrifice that we make. We got to make the sacrifice because we got to keep the roof over the head. We got to keep the food on the table. Absolutely, guys. We do got to do that. But we don't got to do it in the manner that we've been led to believe that we have to do it. No, we don't have to stay stuck at the 9 to 5, the daily grind, to do that. No, there's ways now. There's methods. There's techniques. It's much easier than it's ever been for you to find freedom for yourself so that you can be present in your kid's life and so that you're not an absent father. It's a big deal. It matters more than anything. I promise you, you don't want that regret in your life to figure out, man, I spent my years on frivolous, meaningless things called going to an office or grinding it out. No, this is what you want. You want to hear the blah, 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 because by the time you get to the time where you get to retire and you get to like take that little vacation, that 2-week vacation or whatever they give you, right? You're going to find that the blah, 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 blah has turned into just flicking away on a phone. And you know why they flick away on the screens all day? It's because you're not there to play with them, to be with them, to love them. They need you. They don't need a screen, and they don't need a big pile of money, and they don't need a bigger house or a bigger car or anything like that. Really, they need you. And the way that you can actually provide the means of that roof over the head and the food in the belly, it's much easier than it used to be. It's readily accessible to you. If you need to figure it out, see, right now, I get to push her. If I was in an office, I wouldn't get to push her. She wouldn't even be able to ask me. You know how many times your kids want to ask you to push them, to be with them, to play with them? And guess what? You're probably in your own zone, flicking away on your phone, scrolling through some stuff so that you can figure out, how am I going to make this work for them? Guess what? There's a way. It's easier than you think. I'll share it with you. Hit me up.